Bruh, I've been trying to record this video literally all day. So let me ask you something. Are you showing up with a plan? Like we're all showing up to YouTube right now. We have this growth plan, we got this growth strategy. We're going to show up consistently every day now. And, you know, we're on a bit of a wave, we're on a bit of a move. But let's talk about it. Do we really have a plan though? Do you really have a plan? Do I really have a plan? Because one of the most important things that we're going to need to fight is inconsistency. If we were inconsistent before, if we don't really come up with a plan and do something different, we're going to end up being inconsistent again. And this will be away for about a week, maybe another week, and then we're all going to kind of fade away. And so I don't want that to happen to me. I don't want that to happen to you. So what I did was I put together a little plan and I want to share with you all. And if you find this content valuable or helpful, just subscribe. The reason why I feel like this is so important is because when we choose to show up to this platform, if we're doing so without a strategy or without a plan, what is going to stop, what's going to stop us from wanting to throw in a towel before we really get to seeing any progress, right? And then YouTube will become a thing that we're saying again, oh, that didn't work. It worked for this one, but it didn't work for me. That's not the case. It's because we didn't have a strategy. We didn't have a plan. So it's like the saying that goes, if you don't plan, then you plan to fail. Hello, somebody? Put that in the comment. If you don't plan, you plan to fail. Period. So I'm gonna go ahead and get right straight into the video. I got my iPad here, I got my notes because I don't want to hold you too long, but I do want to stress the fact that if we're going to show up consistently, provide value, and build a community so that we can see the growth, we need to do so with a plan. Okay. So why do we need a plan to begin with? I'm going to give you 5 reasons why you need a strategic plan, and you need a plan with or something that's going to help you come up with a plan so that you're not trying to do all the thinking, all the strategizing by yourself. You want to be able to work smarter and not harder. So let's implement a strategy from ChatGPT. Um, and I'm going to give you these 5 reasons. Okay. I'm reading from my notes because I want to stay on topic and I don't want to waste your time. So the first reason why we need to come up with a plan is because we need clarity and focus. If you're not clear, or focused when you're showing up, you're going to be scattered. You're going to be scattered brain. You're going to be here, there, everywhere, incoherent, and your audience is going to feel that. Us who are watching the video, we're going to feel like, oh, this person's kind of all over the place. And we might watch 1 or 2, videos, and I'm talking about myself too, but they may not come back. They may not come back and continue to watch and continue to subscribe, to, your channel because there's no clarity, there's no focus. So you want to make sure that you have clarity, you have focus. That's number 1. Number 2, consistency builds trust. When you're showing up consistently to these platforms, whether it be YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, wherever it is, when you're showing up consistently, people they'll begin to trust you. Your audience will begin to trust you. I mean, let's just be honest. If we're going to build a community, people have to like, know, and trust you in order for them to stay around. So that's number 2. Consistency builds trust. Number 3, it saves you time and energy. Now, if you like me and you're a wife, a mom, or husband, you have a significant other, you work a 9 to 5 job, you know, you have a family, your own self-care. So if you are a busy person, the last thing you need is something that's going to add more time, more stress, more inconvenience to your life. So the reason why you need a plan is because it's going to save you time and it's going to save you energy. And especially if you are using AI tools like ChatGPT. The fourth thing is it improves your content quality. So when you're showing up with a plan, an actual strategic plan, and I'm gonna walk you through what it gave to me, and if you like it, what I'll do is I'll put it on a Google shot, not a Google shot. What I'm trying to say, a Google Doc. I got tongue twisted. I'll put it in a Google Doc and I'll link it somewhere so that you can download it because I'm not a gatekeeper. I want to be able to share this information. Again, you need to have this so that it can improve your content quality. A clear plan is going to improve the quality of your content. When people begin to watch, every time they show up, they know that, hey, this person is taking this serious. This is not just a fly by night type of, person or channel. This is somewhere I want to stick around. And then the fifth reason why you need a strategic plan for YouTube growth using ChatGPT is because it'll help you stay ahead of the competition. Now, let's just be honest. We don't like using competition and competitive. We don't like using those words, but it is true because what are we competing for? The attention of our subscribers, the attention of our audience. Like I said in one of my prior videos, our attention spans are literally that short. So we need to be able to compete against everyone else who's vying for the attention of those who are in our audience. Otherwise, they're not going to stick around. So in order to do that, we need a strategic plan. We need a strategic plan. So again, using ChatGPT will help you stay ahead of your competition because you're going to be more organized. You're going to show up and you're going to know what you're talking about. You're going to know what your topic is. You're not going to waste people's time. You're going to get straight to the point, and then you're going to leave the rest so that they can come back and continue to watch and continue to build the community. Like, hey, this person is always dropping gems, always giving information, and it's always helpful. And they feel the progression of your channel. They feel the progression, the evolution of who you are because they can tell that you are taking it serious enough and you have thought this through enough so that you can be ahead of your competition. Because I guarantee you one thing, you're going to look to your left, look to your right. And a lot of the people that you saw starting out with you a week ago, 2 weeks ago, a month ago are going to start to fizzle out. People are going to start to go back to their old habits because they have not yet developed new consistent habits that will help them and allow them to see growth, to see change, and not attempting to do the same thing over and over again because that's just pure insanity. Doing the same thing over and over and expecting a change. Nothing's going to change unless you change. So having a plan is going to help you. It's going to force you to really bring about some effective change in whatever your content strategy is. Okay, so those are the 5 reasons why we need a plan. Now I'm just going to kind of give you a little bit of what ChatGPT gave me, the prompt that I gave it, and what it gave me, and how I really feel like this is going to help us all along in our content creation journey. Give me a second, I'm a little thirsty. Yeah. Okay. So this is what I gave ChatGPT. I told ChatGPT that I gave it my audience. I said, this is my audience, millennial men and women is my target audience. They are people who work a 9 to 5. They have families, but they are looking to find additional streams of income and want YouTube to be one of those channels. And so what it did was it gave me a 30-day video content strategy plan for the people who I listed as my target audience. Okay. It gave me a 30-day content plan so that I can have a video a day. I know what I'm talking about. I know what points I'm hitting, and I know who I'm talking to, right? So I'm just going to give you a little bit of what the plan was. It gave me a 30-day plan and it broke it down by week. So week 1, we're going to be talking about this. Okay. And during week one, it gave me 7 video topics that we're going to talk about. For example, week one, setting the foundation. First of all, like if you think this is really helping, or if you can see yourself doing something like this, put some hearts or thumbs up or fire something in the chat that says, you know what, I like how she thinks. I like how she thinks, because a lot of time what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing is a lot of us are showing up and we don't have a plan. We don't have a plan past go plan. We got step one, we got step two, and we don't have anything else after that. My question is, what are you gonna do after day 6 of posting the same thing and you see your viewer count going down? What are you gonna do after day 8 and the same people who were rooting for you are gone back to their everyday life? What are you gonna do, sis, bruh? What you gonna do? Let me get back to the video. I just had to pause for a second because
Oh my God.
we need a plan. We need a plan. Okay, so basically, week one, we are going to cover setting the foundation. Okay, 7 days. Day one of week one, we're going to talk about why YouTube is the ultimate side hustle for 2025, especially for those of us who have 9 to 5s, right? You don't have, you may not be able to go out and, do side hustles like DoorDash, and this one and that one. You may not have the luxury of doing that. You might be like, I have to be at home with my kids, my family. What else can I do? So we're going to talk about on day one why YouTube is the ultimate side hustle for 2025, right? Day two, we're going to talk about 5 steps to starting a YouTube channel after work or during or after work hours. The reason why we're going to give a number of steps is because that's going to keep people engaged. That's going to keep people listening. Okay, I heard step one. I wonder what step 5 is. Like that's going to be the banger, right? So we want to give people actionable steps in our video so they can have something that they can take back and implement, right? Day 3, we're going to make a video about how to find your YouTube niche while managing a family. Doesn't that sound like something you want to hear a little bit more about? Mm, hello. Right. If that sounds like something you want to hear more about, that's something your audience potentially is going to want to hear about, right? Day 4, we're going to post about the simple gear you need to start on a budget, right? So, simple gear like your phone, very easy, daylight, if you don't want to buy a little light like I'm using right now, right? Your AirPods or something, that amplify the sound, or make sure you're in a quiet place so that people can hear you. Budget friendly tools or equipment to use. So you're helping your audience, right? And you're gonna do that video, keep it real simple. And then on the 6th day, on the 5th day, you're gonna make a video saying or talking about how to manage time for YouTube when you have a 9 to 5. Listen, time management. Like, how are you all finding the time to make these videos when you work a 9 to 5 and you have a family? So if that's something, you can create a video and say, hey, this is what I've been doing. I'm on day 5 of my content, strategy or my content. What do you call it when people are, I can't think of it, when people are basically, you know, like not a competition, but I can't think of the word. But anyway, it's like a challenge. Your content challenge came to me. But say like, hey, I'm on day 5 of my content challenge, and this is how I've been finding the time to create these videos while having a busy life, right? Okay, and so after that, day 6, you see how you're showing up and you know what you're talking about? Day 6, we're going to talk about the mistakes I made starting my channel so you don't have to. So, whatever the mistake was, like for me, I can say that the mistake I made was overthinking. I was so into my head that like I wanted all of the the microphone, I needed the light, I needed the background, all of the special editing, like it made me paralyzed to the point where I couldn't move at all because I overthought everything. So that was a mistake that I made. So make a video sharing with people or with your audience the mistakes that you made while starting your channel. And the final day of week 1, we're on day 7 now. We're on day 7. You're going to talk about questions and answers. Ask me anything about starting on YouTube. So that's a way to get your audience engaged a little bit more. Like, hey, ask me a question. Here are some questions I found in the chat or in the comment section of this video or that video, so that you can start positioning yourself as an authority, or as a someone who has a certain level of expertise or knowledge. And that's the first week. So I'm not going to go through the whole month, but what I'm saying is, if you heard all of the points that we made, you understand that this is letting us, is putting us on the right path, so that we know how we're showing up. We know what we're talking about. We're not running out of things to say, because that is what I see, or I foresee being the issue. After a few days, you're going to show up and you ain't going to know what to talk about no more. So let's be strategic. Let's show up with a plan. Let's continue to be authentic, be true to ourselves. Let's continue to provide real love, okay? Not fake, not fluff, but real value to every person who clicks on our videos. I want you to be encouraged. I want you to continue to be motivated. I want you to continue to show up. If not for your audience, show up for you. Show up because this is something that you've been wanting to do. Show up because this is something that you said that you wanted to go after. You want to be monetized. You wanted to have YouTube. You want these multiple streams of income. And let's just be, YouTube is just one. But this is the final thing I'm going to say before I go ahead and get on off this video, because I don't want to hold you all too long. And that is, the same tools that you're going to use, like this, having a plan, right? Having a strategy. These are the same tools and the same thing that you will need when you begin to build other streams of income. This is going to help you build the character that you need in order to be the person that can manage multiple streams of income, because that's the whole other thing. A lot of times we want the multiple streams, we want the additional YouTube growth, we want it, but we don't want to do the things. We don't want to build the character and build the capacity in order to be able to handle it, right? So having a plan, having a strategy is going to be something that helps you build the character, build your muscles, and not out here winging. Okay, like I can't think of her name from the original Love and Hip Hop. Chrissy was like, "You just winging," not out here winging it, but actually showing up, because you may not have all the answers today, but the answers you have, or the tools you have, is enough to get you to a certain point. And the more you do it, the easier it's going to get. I mean, after posting for 30 days, the person who you all see sitting on this camera right now is not the person I expect you all to see in the next 30 days after implementing this strategy. Okay. Look at this. I'm not sure if you can see it because my screen is kind of dark. But this is this is 30 days of content. Okay? It literally does the work for you. You just have to utilize the tools. You have to utilize the tools. Like, yeah, YouTube might be on easy mode, but it's really forcing, it's kind of like giving us a boost of energy, a little bit. It was giving us a boost of motivation. But really we want to, who's going to be around in the next 2-3 weeks. And I hope this don't sound harsh. I'm talking about me, myself too, included. I don't want to just show up today and then not show up anymore. I need this strategy and I'm willing to share it with whoever would like a copy of it. I'll drop a link to the Google Doc in the description and just, and you'll be able to grab it. But I want us all to be successful. I want us all to win, right? I heard someone say our motto this year is in 2025, we will be monetized. And I'm like, clocked it. Mm-hmm. Yes, yes, yes. I really do believe. I know for me in my life that this is a purpose. God has me doing this for a reason. He has me doing this now. It was a reason why that it didn't work last time. But this time, I'm not the same person I was 2, 3, even 4 years ago. So now it's easier for me to use these tools to think smarter or to work smarter and not harder. And I'm going to suggest and encourage you all to do the same. So, as we kind of go on, if I need to make this like a little series or whatever, I'll do that if y'all keep showing up, and if you would like me to continue to talk about stuff like this, let me know. Let me know in the comments, like, yeah, keep this going, or I'll like to see a little bit of this, or I'd like to see a little bit of that. Let me know so that I can give you what you will want or give you something that will help you. Okay. Well, that's all for this video. Thank you so much to all my new subscribers. I really appreciate it. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.